image of a kitten and a dog. So your task is to predict which is in this image, which one is the kitten and which one is the dog universe. So let's consider this universe as a AI, artificial intelligence, where everything is going to be an AI. To tell that machine learning, where you'll have the structured data. So for example, if you want to predict age, or if you want to predict a gender, or if you want to predict the stock market price, you can use a voice, you can use an image, you can use the video to predict something. So which is like unstructured data input, whether it is an image, whether it is a video, whether it is a text, whatever. So the hidden layer will have some activation functions, bias, and there are many logical things which is Hello all guys, welcome to Mr. Data Science channel. I'm really happy to welcome you all for the new playlist. So today I'm going to start with deep learning sessions, and without any further ado, we'll get into this. So once I will take you through all the sessions where you'll be learning right from the scratch, and don't worry that you are very new to this and you can't able to cope up and take that further. So I'll help you out, everyone in this session. So before entering into this, I wanted to let you know that there are some prerequisites which I require from your end before entering into this data science, deep learning sessions. So one, you need to know Python, and two, you need to know the basic of all the statistics, probability part, and three, you need to know machine learning. So these three are the requisites which actually needed before you are entering into this deep learning session. So hope you have got some idea. So let's get started. And so let's see, the green area is called like a universe. So let's consider this universe as a AI, artificial intelligence, where everything is going to be an AI. In that, there is a particular portion which deals with the machine learning, and inside that, there is a particular portion which deals with the deep learning. So what is the difference between machine learning and deep learning? Maybe many of you have had a questions. What is the difference? So I would like to tell that machine learning, where you'll have the structured data. So for example, if you want to predict age, or if you want to predict a gender, or if you want to predict the stock market price, it is a structured data, so that you can use a machine learning model to process and predict the outcome. And whereas for the deep learning, it is unstructured data, whereas you can use a text, you can use a voice, you can use an image, you can use the video to predict something, so which is like unstructured data. And this involves a lot of studies on the data sets, and you need to predict it. So that we'll be going for the deep learning models. And for give you the basic idea, initially we'll be washing our clothes by hands, right? So it is like a manual process. For that, what it had done as an automation part, as a scientist invented the washing machine. So this is called the artificial intelligence, which is like, it's not like somewhere connected. It's like automating the things. That's whatever you're doing, you're going to program to a machine to do that. That is called an AI, which is like a robot. And to give you an example, I would say that if you are having an image, let's say if you are having an image of a kitten and a dog. So your task is to predict which is in this image, which one is the kitten and which one is the dog. So normally as a human, what I'll do is I'll go and check the image and make the segmentation. For example, for a kitten, it will have a sharp ears and it will have the short nose. Whereas in the dog, it will have the long ears and it will have the big nose. So as a human, we know to classify this. So we need to give these features to our machine. So this is called an interpretation. So we are telling the machine that these are the features for the kitten, and these are the features for the dog. So once you give that, our algorithm will segment it, will analyze that image and process and gives the output. So once you show that image, okay, this is an image, I need to know which one is the dog and which one is the cat. So it automatically will process it. So basically how it is doing is, as in a deep learning model, so this is that backend what has been happening. So we are going to give a dog or we are going to give a cat. So there is a three types of layers, whereas input layers, hidden layers, and output layers. So input layers is basically what you are going to give as an input, whether it is an image, whether it is a video, whether it is a text, whatever. So the hidden layer will have some activation functions, bias, and there are many logical things which is happening on the hidden layer, which we will see in the upcoming videos. And once it all classifies it as an output, we'll see that this is a dog. So this give represents that we need to classify a dog. So normally this is how the learning takes place, and then finally the dog is being predicted. So I hope this will give you an overview of an idea how the deep learning model is working on. So to move forward, we'll need to know something on artificial neural network. So basically, it's nothing like it's kind of an replicating the human. So we all humans will have the brain. So brain it consists of a neurons. So basically, we are mimicking our brain as a the computer need to learn that, and you need to program and you need to work for humans. So that's what called artificial neural networks. So basically it will have two types. One is supervised and another one is unsupervised. And for the supervised, we will be having two types. So it's having computer vision and NLP. So computer vision. So basically computer vision, as the name itself symbolizes that it deals with image and videos. So normally the object classification. So we need to classify like how we classify dogs and cat. So object detection. We need to detect in the image where the numbers are, where the particular person's face, like that we can detect it. And tracking, obviously the normally our car number plate or bike number plate being tracked by a government, by the government using the AI for the traffic violations. And image segmentations. Image segmentation is like to segment the image based on some categories. So for example, if I want to segment a horse and the dogs, so automatically once a bunch of images there, it automatically segment and tell me that which one is horse, which one is the dog, based on the cluster of images. And moving on the NLP. So NLP will be having a text generations. Normally it will generate based on your content. So you need to give some content, so it will generate the text based on your word or the whatever you are desire. And sentimental analysis basically like it will tell that normally it's a product review. So in Amazon you can see that it's a positive or it's a negative or it's a neutral. So it will like a sentimental analysis of your text or the commands which has been there in your social media or marketing. And neural visual translation, normally the chat GPT. So chat GPT, what it will do is once you give that input to the chat GPT, so it will analyze the text whatever you are given, and it need to translate it, and it need to tell you you're going to talk to a chatbot which is like a superpower, and you need to analyze whatever your requirements are and you need to reply accordingly. So that will be using a neural machine translation, and obviously the attention mechanism, which is final thing. And moving on for the unsupervised learning, so we'll be having two types. One is the representation and generative learning, and another one is the reinforcement learning. First of all, I'll tell you the reinforcement learning. So it's a normally there is a say that it's an untouched part in AI. So many data scientists won't touch that reinforcement learning, which it's like a quite interesting, and it takes a lot of time to study, and it's kind of a working like multiple ways. For example, you can see like self-driving cars, like normally the Tesla cars, and some of the cars in India, it is like using ADAS technology to it will track the lane and it will automatically drive the car. So normally it's based on the video and image processing. That's called a reinforcement learning. And moving on to the another type is representation and generative learning. So it will have two types. One is the autoencoders and one is the GANs. So autoencoders we'll see in the upcoming videos what is that. It's basically on the text-based things. And GAN. So normally we don't have quite some data when we are processing sometime. So for that, we need to recreate some data with the data which we have in our hands. So for that, it is called as synthetic data, for which we will be using GANs to generate the synthetic data based on the data, whatever the limited data we have. With that limited data, we can create another lot of synthetic data. For that, we'll be using GANs. So this is the overview of deep learning and what is artificial neural networks and what are these types. So from next video, I'll see you all and I'll help you to learn things a much more familiar way. Thank you.